Hi, beautiful people, and welcome to my live. I'm Sissy. This is my channel, manifest underscore Sissy. It's all about manifesting, creating your level up life, bettering yourself, and also improving your self experience here, understanding who you are and claiming your power. It's all about you getting access to who you truly are, right? Making a choice to make your life better, to make your experience in life better. So my channel is all about you being awakening to who you truly are, which is abundance, joy, and prosperity. You are love, you are peace, you are wellness, right? But however, because of your programming, you have been now focusing on all the negative things in your experience and not focusing on all the positive, uplifting things that which who you are, right? So today we're going to speak about the heart chakra, right? If there's never been a time for us to have more focus on the heart chakra, it is now, when we in the process of awakening as human beings to ourselves, who we truly are, and rejecting all that doesn't work for us anymore, like pain, hatred, and all negative frequencies are not working for us anymore, because all that has done is created a reality of pain and suffering within us, right, as a collective. So today's topic is based about the heart chakra, opening your heart chakra, the Ajna heart chakra, right? So it's situated in the center of your chest, right? Your real physical heart is more on your left side, right? That's the one that does all the physical things. Your heart chakra is one of the seven energy wheels along the body, right? So the heart chakra is what connects the lower chakras to the higher chakras, connects us to more divinity, but the heart chakra is the midway, right? So the heart chakra, when it's open, you get to experience love and peace within yourself, and you're also able to express that love and peace with others because now within yourself you have it already, right? So the character Jesus, Yeshua, right? Yeshua from the Christian Bible had his heart open. He had an open heart chakra. That's why he could forgive easily, and he could also love easily and love unconditionally because his heart chakra was open. He realized what was really going on is reality, that the truth of the reality of life is love, nothing else but love, because we have unity. The law of unity, law of oneness is very important, right? So there is a saying that those years that was not mentioned in the Bible, right? That Jesus, Yeshua, the character Yeshua, traveled out to the rest of the world, including the East, to learn about spiritual principles of this reality, right? He learns about the chakras, about alchemy. He learns about the Kabbalah. He learns all these things in the old Eastern philosophies, right? Like from the Egyptian teachings and stuff like that, right? So now, your heart chakra, back to the heart chakra, it's very important part of who we really are. Now, because we're always operating in ego, we don't even know where the heart chakra is located, right? Because we're not feeling from the heart chakra, we're feeling from the base centers, the survival centers. We're feeling from the base centers, mostly on the third chakra, which is your solar plexus, sense of I, my identity, all about me, right? Most of us operating from there, right? And collectively, that's where we're operating from. That's why there's so much crimes against humanity, because we're operating from the lower levels of reality, right? Now, remember, I said in my other life that the lower chakras are important. However, we need to evolve as individuals and also as a collective, evolve as a collective to go to higher frequencies and understandings and move away from the pain and suffering which is self-inflicted in this world, right? So we're inflicting our own pain and suffering by focusing more on the normal base needs, that separation. Remember that the heart brings us together, unites us together as one. So it is sitting where the law of oneness is really resides in the heart, right? When the heart is open, you're able to recognize and accept everybody for who they are, right? No matter how imperfect they are, right? So when you shine love on something, that thing turns then to resonate to love, right? Because you're accepting it for who it is and what it is, okay? When you start shining hate and disagreements and all the other things, that item does not accept itself as well, because now it starts beginning to hate itself because it's not wanted or needed by others as well, right? Then there's a problem. Then there's no balance. Okay, so now we're living in a world when everything is just a result of, it's about him, he did wrong and he should be punished and all those things. That's not love, right? That is not compassion and understanding. Okay, so let's talk more about the heart chakra. When you open your heart chakra, as I said, it's located in the middle of your chest, right? Okay, there's a lower heart chakra and a higher heart chakra, which is more closer to your throat chakra. Okay, now this is your center of forgiveness, center of compassion, your center of the loving emotions, right? So when you open your heart chakra, right, this chakra allows you to see more clearly, see yourself more clearly, and also feel into yourself as well. Signs of an open heart chakra. Signs of a open heart chakra is basically you have a sense of love and self-acceptance. Okay, you're not struggling with self-acceptance because your heart chakra is open. Okay, right? You feel empathy as well. You have empathy for others and compassion for others. Very important. Empathy and compassion, right, is a key factor of having a heart chakra open. Okay, you tend to forgive others and yourself much more easier. You don't hold grudges, okay? And you have a healthy relationship with the healthy boundaries, healthy relationships with others, with healthy boundaries. Very important. Boundaries are very important when it comes to relationships, right? Okay, so I mentioned it. You give and receive love more easier when your heart chakra is open. You give and receive love more easier when your heart chakra is open, right? Freely, you give people their freedom as well, right? And then if your heart chakra is imbalanced, okay, imbalanced, it means that you have an issue with intimacy, expressing your intimacy. Remember that sexual intimacy is not love, okay? Sexual intimacy is more about fulfilling your body's desires, the lust that you have. It's not about love, right? So when you have an imbalanced heart chakra, you have fear of intimacy, true intimacy of expressing your love, speaking and voicing how you feel, because you're afraid of how others are going to accept you or even reject you, right? You're afraid of what other people are going to say or even react in a way if you open your heart chakra and you able to express your intimacy. So you are not able to express your intimacy, right? You have fear of expressing intimacy when your heart chakra is imbalanced, right? Right? You are cold and distant against others, towards others. You are cold and distant towards others, right? You don't make friends easily. You're not easy with people, in other words. You're not open to meeting and communing with other people. Okay, difficulty in trusting. You have a problem in trusting others as well when your heart chakra is closed. Okay, and then you over giving, right? Because you self-pleasing. You want to please people pleaser when your heart chakra is imbalanced. Okay, and you have a codependency issues and attachment issues, unhealthy codependence and attachment issues. Okay, and then I said over pleasing to people. You want to please people because you afraid of truly accepting that you might not be accepted very well, so you're trying to please them but do everything they want you to do. No boundaries. Okay, so one of the healthier aspects of having a heart chakra open is that you have boundaries set. And when it's not balanced, remember, you over pleasing people. There's no boundaries. You can't say no when it's time to say no. Okay, so that's that when it's imbalanced. Okay, now the heart chakra can be worked on. But first, I realized that you have to actually recognize that you actually have something called a heart chakra. When you focus on something, that thing grows, right? When you don't focus on it, it doesn't get any energy, so it just stays restricted. And more you focus on the ego, the more the ego grows. Now we have a collective experience where the ego is so inflated, the collective egos are inflated because our individual egos are inflated. The system that we actually working on or working or living within, operating within, speaks about the I, it's about me, about ego, what I want, what I need, okay? Now you're outside of the love, you're outside of the oneness, because at the end of the day, if in the whole aspects of you having the I, ego-centric way of thinking, the ego never gives you rest. The ego wants you to work for more. You're never enough for the ego. You never did enough. You're never doing enough. So you're always pushing to do better. Look at your body. You're healthy. You've been working on your body. You've been working on your health. But it's never enough for the ego, because the ego is always pointing you to the outside, always pointing you to other people, how other people are operating. And it's like now you're now competing with other people. The ego, right, makes you to that space, it puts you in a space of competing with other people. Recently, one of my clients has spoken the fact that life is all a competition. She said that life is a competition. Now, when you have that perception that life is a competition, that means you're actually operating from the ego, right? Life is not a competition, because every single soul is here experiencing their own experience in this life experience, right? In this game of life. Every single soul is here to experience something different. So, how can I compete with you when my journey is totally different and I am totally different? There is no competition here. Everybody's just trying their best with their level of awareness, right? Every single person is trying their best with their level of awareness. And how do you expand your level of awareness? By the information that you pour into yourself, what you're watching, what you're listening to, what you create as well, because it's based on what you're watching and what you're listening to, because that's creating your worldview, okay? So when you have a egocentric worldview and you say that life is about the competition, that means you will always be living in competition. And remember, when it comes to competition, there's judgment. So you'll judge yourself and you'll judge others, because you continuously try to put a yardstick between you and the next person. How far is that person gone, and how far am I gone? When are you going to be focusing on your own life experience, when you're focusing on somebody else's experience instead? You get my point? It's like those horses when they're running a race, they put blinkers on the horses for a certain reason, so that the horses can focus on their journey, on their race. Now, human beings need to be like that and focus on their race and stop comparing themselves with other people. Because when you compare with other people, there'll always be somebody doing a little bit more better than you. There'll always be somebody doing a little bit better than you. So when you now are getting sidetracked from your own experience and focusing on what so and so is doing, instead of you leveling yourself up, asking yourself, what can I do better? Right? How far have I come from when I started? Right? What have I learned that I can now add to my life experience to make it better? Why are you looking at your neighbor, and your neighbor's got his own journey and his own destination, right? His own life view, his own projections about life, and here you are competing with other people. You're wasting your time. You're totally wasting your time. So when you're living in ego, you waste a lot of your time worrying about what other people are saying about you. You're worrying what other people are doing, because you're living in ego. You're competing with other people, and you are wasting your time instead of you focusing on your specific journey. Right? So when you have your heart chakra open, you understand that every single person is doing their best with their level of awareness, with their specific level of awareness, right? So opening your heart chakra. How do we go about doing that? How do we open our heart chakras, right? Firstly, you need to know where your heart chakra is located. It is not your heart. Your physical heart is the one that pumps the blood and makes your body biologically function. Your blood is moving around, right? However, the heart chakra is linked to your spirit self, right? Your akaba, your spiritual self, your spiritual energy. Your heart chakra is an energy. It's not a physical thing. It's an energy which every single being with a soul has a heart chakra. Every single being with a soul has a heart chakra. Even if it's closed, it doesn't mean it's not there. It's still there, but it's closed. It's restricted. Okay, so opening your heart chakra, how do we go about doing that? A simple task of opening your heart chakra. Firstly, know where it is. Focus on your heart chakra and breathing exercises. breath is divine. Breathe in and then breathe out, focusing on your heart chakra. And also using visualization to imagine your heart chakra expanding. Now, your heart chakra has two colors associated to it, right? There's a color green and a color soft pink. So you can actually visualize your heart chakra expanding and opening each with every breath. If you at least do this every 15 minutes, every day for 15 minutes, sorry, each day for 15 minutes, right? Maybe once a day, twice a day, for you to get connected back to your heart chakra. Because when you were born and a toddler as a baby, before you got the indoctrination of life, you were connected to your heart chakra because you were carefree, you were open, you didn't have a heart chakra that was restricted, right? So when you start breathing into it and focusing on you, calling it back to memory, right? So you're breathing in and you're breathing out. And as you're breathing in, imagining your heart chakra expanding, and then you breathe out. Now you say affirmations to help you, right? I breathe in love and let go pain, right, and fear. I breathe in love and I let go of pain and fear. So as you're breathing in love, remember that everything is what you say it is with your word. So when you breathe in love, you are truly breathing love because you're saying it. But say it with belief that I'm breathing in love and I'm letting go fear and resistance. I'm breathing in love and letting go fear and resistance. So you can do that to try and activate your heart chakra, right? And if you do it every single day, at least 15 minutes a day, religiously, right, on a consistent basis. By the end of the week, give yourself a challenge of 7 days, and each day you do it in the morning before you start your day. You know, each day should start with you preparing for the day, right? Thanking Spirit for your life as it is now. It's morning now. I'm here, Spirit. I'm ready to start my day. I'm thankful for the nights I had before, and I'm grateful that I got my eyes are open, my mind is awake, and I'm able, and I'm breathing, and I'm feeling full of life, right? I know that life is a challenge, yes, but I'm making myself ready for the challenges of life. I'm preparing my soul, I'm preparing my heart, I'm preparing myself for this day. You always start like that, guys, with intention. Don't live by just be a drifter, right? Under under that the process of feeling as if you being controlled by life and not being in control in life, right? Learn to have control of your own life by simple practice every day. Morning practice in the morning when you get up. You do your thanksgiving and your gratitude. You do your breathing and connect your heart chakra, right? That can help you to actually connect more closer to love, right? Remember that the story of Yeshua, Jesus, is not told to the fullest in the Christian Bible, right? But there is information that came out that he did go out and learn these things, right? How to even open his heart chakra. So people say that he was perfect or Yeshua was totally perfect, but Yeshua worked on his perfection. He worked on his perfection basically because he went out to learn more about divine consciousness and about love and about unity and about all these things. But in the alchemy, he learned those things, right? And then reappeared later at the age of 31 to do what he's supposed to do. That's what the story says, right? But anyway, you can use affirmations, as I said, to open your heart, right? Then simple things like I am love and I'm open to love others and myself. I am love. When you keep on telling yourself that, if you're feeling uncomfortable at the first time you start with saying affirmation, always try and ease yourself into it, right? I am open to feeling love. I am ready to feeling love, right? I desire to feel love. I am looking forward. I'm focusing on feeling love. You see, not like I am. Basically, now you easing the affirmation. You easing yourself into the reality of you having more love for yourself and for others and understanding what love is, right? So don't rush and go. If you don't go rushing and say things that you're uncomfortable with, first ease yourself into it. Affirmations are about reseating your mind, not making you uncomfortable, right? So if you're not comfortable with a certain affirmation, try and ease it and change it to a more comfortable, easygoing affirmation, right? You can say things like, I give and receive love effortlessly. I'm learning to give and receive love without any effort. I'm learning. You see, it's more like I give and receive love effortlessly without any effort. You're still having a problem with that, right? You say, I'm learning to give this love without effort, effortlessly, whatever, right? My tongue ties sometimes, right? I forgive myself with love and grace. I'm learning to forgive myself with love and grace. I'm open to forgiving myself with love and grace. Right? Then you can do gratitude practices as well. That's why gratitude is so big in the last couple of years, because gratitude practice is about opening your heart chakra. And with the awakening that's going on, every single soul person with a soul is called to awaken and open your heart chakra so that we can operate from higher realms of experience and move away from the hate, the struggle, the separation, which is the lower chakras, right? It's about you only. It's about your self-esteem, that the, you know what I mean. But the heart chakra, it's the bridge between the low and the higher expression of being human. Okay, so we all called to open our heart chakras. Christopher, thank you for your comment. What did you say? Let me just take a few minutes to greet you guys before I continue. Someone's from Philippines. Hi, thank you for joining my live. And somebody called Christopher. Hi, Christopher. Thank you for joining my live. You said something about self-individualistic creatures. You see, so the whole thing, okay, self has an important role, right? However, self is not the totality of our experience here, right? Because we are connected with others, with others. We are connected with the universe. We're connected with other people, with the animals and everything. But when you start feeling and operating from the I, then it's easier for you to kill without any remorse. It's easy for you to hate without any remorse. It's easy for you to afflict pain on other people, even on yourself. Because remember, we're living in a space where we're all connected. So when I'm hurting you, indirectly I'm hurting myself, right? So now it becomes a continuum of hurt and pain, because I'm not understanding that what I'm doing to you, I'm doing it to myself. What you do to the other, you do to yourself, right? So it's very important to know that. Do we align the heart and mind? Yes, we do. But the first step to do is to first work on your heart chakra first. Open your heart chakra first, right? Connect with your heart chakra. Know it's there. And understand that you are meant to love. You are meant to love. You have a choice to love, yes, but you are meant to love, okay? So when you finish connect to the heart chakra, right? Now remember the mind. The mind, you need to make peace with who you are. So the mind is not your enemy. When people are saying connect with your heart chakra, they're not making the mind a demon or an enemy. Your mind has a important role to play in your human existence here, right? Remember that all is mind, right? Because this is a mind game. The matrix is a mind game, right? So the mind is also important. However, you need to be able to be in control of the mind, right? And also understand that it's peace. Give that mind peace, because the mind is representing your consciousness. If your mind is constantly cluttered and you're constantly in anxiety and in fear, that's a mind issue, right? Meaning that there's something imbalanced within your mind. What your perceptions are not healthy and balanced. Okay. So the mind creates all things, because that's where everything begins, in the mind, before we play it out in the physical, right? Using the bridge of spirituality to actually bring it in. Okay. So the thoughts, the perceptions create your worldview, right? And your worldview now creates your frequency, and then your frequency creates the things that you're bringing in. Okay, spirit is connected to the mind, basically, right? Spirit is mind, if you think of it that way, right? However, remember that the mind and the heart are very important. So once you've worked on your heart chakra and you found peace in your mind, right? Now you're no more cluttered, you have clarity, because you took time to know thyself, you took time to meditate, you took time to do the introspection, to unpack your issues and write journaling and try to figure out, why do you have certain shadows in your life experience? Why do you behave in a certain way? Why are you easily angered and easily triggered? When you got all this sorted out, now you know thyself. Okay, now you start connecting the mind and the heart, as you said. Align your heart and your mind. Because now remember, if you're gonna go and align something that's not in ease with your heart, so it causes an imbalance. Your mind has to be at ease, and then now you start aligning your mind and your heart because you know what you want, you know where you're going, and you know who you are. Okay, and you're at ease with yourself, and you're not like criticizing yourself continuously, and you know how to calm yourself because being in anxiety and fear is a normal thing. Okay, fear is not necessarily the enemy. Fear is telling you there's something that you need to take note of. Fear is telling you that you need to change something. You understand? Like sickness. Sickness is not necessarily a bad thing. Sickness is telling you that you need to, it's giving you attention to something you need to focus on and heal, right? So sickness is normally connected to the physical things, but it's also connected to the spiritual, energetic things as well, okay? So if you full of constantly have a problem with your mind and you have anxiety, there's something you need to heal, right? You need to heal something within yourself. You just need to take time to sit down and ask yourself these questions. What's my issue? How can I solve it? What are the symptoms of my problem? Okay. What are my solutions, the type of options that I have to solve my problem? Okay. Remember, everything is self-reflection, knowing thyself. Any other question? Hi. Thank you, Tizo. Thank you for joining. Okay, so we're talking about the heart chakra, right? I'm hoping that more people can come through. So if you like this live, please, guys, go ahead and like. Don't be shy. We need more people to come through, right? Because I'm gonna do a reading, a tarot reading for the month of August. I got my tarot card here. Yes, I never do a reading on YouTube. I did one. I did some on TikTok, right? So remember, you open your heart, right, to forgive other people, okay? Because you want that forgiveness. You're not perfect. No one is perfect, okay? This is what Jesus was trying to say with the character, the persona called Yeshua, right? Or saying that we need to forgive others. And it's the most painful thing to forgive somebody else that hurt you. It's the most difficult thing because especially when you see it in the eye, you're not seeing the totality of this reality. So when you start learning about oneness, because people hurt other people because they're hurting themselves. So when you can come to the point of compassion for the one that's hurting you, you open now to healing. I repeat myself. When you can come to the point of having compassion for the one that hurt you, you are ready now to open your heart. You're opening your heart because now you're understanding that this person's also hurting. This person is also hurting. This person's expressing his or her pain because he's hurting me himself. So let me give him compassion and understanding, right? And then the forgiveness comes into play. Okay, the hardest thing for us to do is to forgive because we're not operating from an open heart. We are shut down. We close our hearts and we're operating from you or you and I am I, and you are not connected to me, right? Then there's no way you are different and I am different. You know, that whole ego thing, we're so connected to that we don't understand that forgiveness is key and forgiveness is needed in this reality, okay? To help each other. Because when you are happy, then I'm happy. When I'm happy, you are happy. Now we have a situation globally where I'm happy and you're not happy, and I don't care if you're happy or not. As long as I have all that I want and desire, as long as I'm happy, then I'm fine. My family is happy. We are provided for. I'm fine. Okay. Now remember that when you feel empathy for somebody, right? Not sympathy, but empathy for somebody. You're not putting yourself in that person's place. Okay. You're putting that person in your place of safety. Okay, of your safe or satisfaction. That's empathy. You're not taking yourself down. You're bringing that person up to you, right? You're seeing that person, right, as Jesus would have seen them, as love. So you have everything that you need because I have everything that I need. So I wish you the best. I speak life and love and light into you, right? That's empathy. You get my points. I'm not coming down to your level and joining your pity party and joining your sorrow. I'm sitting from where I am and I'm putting high frequency over you, praying for you, affirming your wellness. Very important. That's what empathy is all about. It's about you sending your light and love to that person, not you bringing yourself down to that person. You're actually bringing the person up to you so they can understand that there is a solution to every problem, and every pain and disaster shall pass. Everything is passing. This too will also pass. Okay. So keep hope and faith that things are going to work out for you, that things are going to get better for you, right? So operating from love, it's not being weak, right? Operating from love, it's not weak. It's not you being a pushover. Operating from love is a higher perspective of life. It is a powerful spiritual stance. It's a powerful spiritual stance to operate from love. When somebody hurts you, you know that the whole say about somebody clapped you in the cheek and you give the other cheek, that doesn't mean in that physical way. Now, physically, when you imagine it that way, it doesn't seem like a nice, easy thing. Why must I allow another person to clap me? Right? What you simply do when you clap me, I allow myself to see you through love, and I allow myself to see that you are hurting. That's why you clapping me. You don't know any other way to react to your pain. So you are now, you know what I mean? You're lashing out. So I'm seeing you in that way, and I'm feeling compassion for you. You understand? That's what it means. It doesn't mean that I must allow you to keep on bashing me. No, it means that I must decide to think in a higher mind that yes, you are suffering, and so I'll forgive you. I know that you're hurting, right? I'll forgive you, and I'll move myself away from you. Now, in that case, now most people say that if you're in an abusive relationship, you have the right to move out of the relationship, right? If you feel that you want to be in a relationship, you need to understand that you're not here to heal any person. You're here to experience your own life experience, but not to heal people. They will choose to be healed. So you need to be that light and that love, right? You will be there when I need you to be there. But however, when you can see the person not ready to choose love and peace, then you will move yourself out of that person's space, right? So that turning the cheek thing, it's about you understanding. I'm turning a new leaf over. I'm turning a new page over. I'm letting you be. I mean, you must come and bash me and hit me. No. So love is not being weak. Love is a strong, powerful stance. It's a high level way of thinking. It's choosing to forgive even when you hurt. Even choose to forgive the people that hurt you. And maybe it'll take you some time to get to that point, because there's a point they say it's too soon. It's too soon for to forgive now, right? And that's understandable, because with time, the time allows you to also digest what happened, right? That's why they say that when somebody says something or does something negative to you that's painful, don't lash out straight away. Go back and sit and think about the situation, right? And now try and bring in love into the situation. Understand where the person's coming from. It's coming from a space of pain, a space of separation from others. Okay, he doesn't feel himself even loved. Okay, people out love in your hearts are always lashing out. They're toxic because they don't have peace and love in their hearts, right? So you need to just give that person a chance to calm down. You also calm down as well, and understand the situation on a higher level from the higher mind, right? Very important, right? So you will set boundaries are very important. So when you are operating from the heart, you're setting boundaries. You're able to separate yourself from the situation. You're able to say, this I'm not going to accept. It's unacceptable, right? You're setting boundaries, not being a pushover. You're saying, no, this is where I stop. This is enough. You're setting boundaries, okay? Very important in all relationships, okay? And then recognizing that love is your true state of being. Love is your true state of being. When we were born into this reality, we were love, right? A baby is love. A baby was born complete with love. You were always loved. It's the conditioning of life that now molds you to something else. And because of your unawareness and your separation from yourself, right, you then become separate to love, separate from love. You understand? Very important. So those are the things that we can talk about. Okay, now today's about love. It's about you opening your heart, right? And remember that when you if you love yourself, it's easier for you to love others, right? So if you're having a problem loving others, ask yourself, what is it that I don't love about myself? What is it that I don't love about myself? When you see other people behaving in a certain way and those things that they're doing or say trigger you, ask yourself, why am I getting easily triggered? Why am I getting easily triggered? Because at the end of the day, those people are probably doing things that or against my worldview, the things that I don't even like myself, within myself, things that I'm oppressing within myself, right? So now I'm witnessing them on the outside, and now I'm now getting triggered and retaliating and fighting with people because they actually demonstrating traits which are also suppressive from of myself. It's against my worldview. Okay, like for example, a simple concept: if you're born in a home, right, where you were told that being expressive is not healthy, okay, right, and too expressive and too loud, you must be soft, you must be silent. Children are meant to be heard, not, I mean, meant to be seen, not heard, right? So you're not able to express your authentic voice, right? Your throat chakras closed. Now you meet in a workspace, you're meeting somebody, even in school, somebody's very, very expressive. They speak their mind. And each time when the person does that, you get triggered, you get annoyed, you don't like that person, you get annoyed, is because it's your worldview that what that person is doing is incorrect. What that person is doing was something that you were oppressed from doing, you were stopped as a young child. So that became your worldview that somehow it is wrong for the next person to speak their truth. Okay, that's like what I'm talking about. So one simple example. And it goes according to any other thing. You understand? Any other thing. Because everything you see outside that's getting just triggering you as something within yourself that's been oppressed or seen to be not right. Right? You were indoctrinated to say that that expression was not a healthy way of actually being, because remember, I said that in the first 7 years of your childhood, it's all about the indoctrination, the programming of who you becoming, right? So it's all about love, right? Understanding where people are coming from and understand yourself as well. What triggers me? And this can take you a long time to understand why things are triggering me, right? And how I can actually change that response now with more of a loving, kind response. Instead of being triggered all the time, I choose to love and have compassion for other people. Let's see if anybody else joined. Thank you for joining my live. If you are here and you just joined, we're speaking about the heart chakra, opening your hearts, and how we can operate from the heart, because we're living in a society where we're all operating from the ego, right? This society is about the eyes. What can I get from the next person? It's not what I can give, right? For example, a simple word like service. The word service, being of service to the world and others, it's seen as something negative because I don't want to be a servant. Servant means that somehow I'm lowering myself. You understand? That's away from love. Being of servants. Christ, Yeshua, Jesus was a servant. He served people. You understand? He served people. He gave love. He treated them with kindness. He served people. It's about serving people. And remember, when you serve others, you shall also be served, right? You'll always have your cup full. Okay, you'll always have your cup full because you're serving others. People will welcome you with open heart. People will even give you their last cent because you're serving them. Because remember, you get what you're putting out in the world. So when you're being of servant to others, you will be served yourself. You will never lack because you're serving others, right? You will never lack because you're serving others. Okay. So opening your heart chakra is about you connecting with yourself, your true self, your true self. Okay, remember that the chakras, as you're working through the chakras, each chakra from the base chakra has a certain energy or frequency, a certain meaning to who you are and what it is to be human, right? So it's important for us now to connect to our chakras and learn how to focus on them, clear them, and also understand the properties that each chakra has, right? Right up to the crown chakra, the third eye, and the crown chakra. People focus lots on this area, on the crown and the third eye, right? Now, not understanding that the heart is also very important. The heart is the bridge between the lower chakras and the higher chakras, your lower self and your higher self. For you to go up nicely with ease to your higher self, the bridge is the heart chakra. Open the heart chakra, the sense of yourself, as a sense of your existence. Even the heart, physical heart, without the heart pumping the blood the rest of the body won't operate properly, right? Same as the heart chakra. Without the heart chakra being open, right, your frequency is not easily rising because you're still having an issue with a closed heart. Now, closed heart the bridge is closed. The bridge is not available for you to go higher. So people are doing this, going up, this yoga practices Kundalini, but they haven't opened their heart chakras. By the time they get on top here, they have all these terrible experiences in awakening, because you will awake, but then you will have the inverted experience of awakening. You'll have the trauma, the stress, the what they call it, so what they call mental instability, right? Because now you'll be either too how would I say, too out of this reality, or too based into the reality. You are into the physical reality, into the physical things. So you're too out of the reality. You're not balanced. You don't have a connection with Mother Gaia, right? Because you too way out, because your heart has not been open. You haven't even learned to love yourself. You understand? It's about loving yourself and about accepting yourself. So when you get to higher realms, there's an imbalance, and your whole experience will bring in a lot of issues with your awakening. It's very important for us to know that the lower chakras are important. The heart chakra is more important, because it's the bridge between the higher realms and the lower realms. The lower realms, all your physical needs are being met. You're safe right here. You know who you are. Your self-esteem is connected, and everything, and in also your sacral chakra, your experience with your pleasure, with connection with pleasure and creation is balanced and everything, right? Then the higher the heart being the bridge, and the higher realms, as you now going to full existence, rising your frequency higher than the physical. I need food, I need a job, it's just the basic things. Now you're going higher up. Now you know yourself. Life is just a breeze. Life is awesome. You understand? You're feeling safe now. You're flying above the clouds. You get my point? If you look at that way, the higher chakras are for those that have a nice foundation at the bottom. They've been secure. They understand they are manifesting. They're taking responsibility of their own reality, right? Remember that every single person is a manifesting being. Every single person is creating something in their reality. We came here for the creation. We didn't come here to be told what to do. We didn't come here to be told what to do. We came here to learn and then create. We came here to take control of our own experience, our own evolution as spiritual beings, okay? Using this human body. This is a school, the earth school, where we're learning what it is to experience the duality of existence, right? But at the same time, still own our divinity, okay? So we're here to experience what it is to be in a physical body, right? Something that's not us, because the spirit is not the body, right? Spiritual beings don't have bodies, right? So now we were spiritual beings, came into a body. So we came to learn something, right? The body has its own challenges. When you overcome the body and understand how it works, how physical things work, okay, then the spiritual things also evolved as well. So you'll say, okay, this is what I need to learn more. Remember that we're here to learn as a fractal of divine source. Divine source is bringing information through every single soul in a body, okay, having a human experience, right? So as you are evolving here, you're also evolving spiritually as well, okay? And you're also helping your ancestral bloodlines. There's a lot of things that are going on in this reality. There's a lot of things going on in the matrix, okay? The matrix is about the evolution of the spirit, but also evolution of human beings. When you're here, for you to move away from the I, the selfish ego, to more of awareness. It's about that, right? And then the heart chakra helps you with that. Okay, so let me now quickly do the reading for the month of August. The tarot reading for the month of August. What does it look like? What is the energies looking like, right? So we're looking at symbolism, right? So I'm using this card. It's like the Light Seers Tarot, right? So I don't know if you're familiar with tarot, how it works, right? It's all about symbolism, right? And remember, it's not about telling the future, it's about reading the energies, it's symbolism. If you know about Kabbalah and stuff like that, and all these other spiritual principles, you understand, even magic, even Aleister Crowley has also got used these cards as well, right? Okay, let me just check it out. Okay, it's all about spiritual things, energetic things, right? So, what is August, the month of August, speaking about? What is the energy of the month of August? The month of August, okay, we've had like an interesting month of July. Right now we are in the month of August, the 3rd of August. Okay, and now the Mercury retrograde is ending on the 11th. I think, yeah, the 11th of August. So now we are in another cycle, right? See what's going on in another cycle, right? So I'm now gonna shuffle the cards just to get some. See what Spirit's gonna say. So I'm shuffling the cards now, right? If any person wants a reading, right, you can ask me. I'll do a quick reading for you now, right? I'm just doing the shuffling the cards here. Okay. The month of August. When Mercury retrograde now done after this last for the 3 weeks, okay? There's been a lot of interesting things coming through, right, in the collective. A lot of interesting energies coming through. People wanting exes back and stuff. In my readings, the whole of July was about people asking about, will my ex come back? Does this person still love me? It's unresolved issues that were being resolved, right, in this time, right? And if people think that, well, it's only about me, maybe I'm missing my partner, I need to get back with my ex. It's just about you having opportunity to heal yourself from that breakup, from that relationship, because every relationship comes in to teach you something, right? Every relationship comes into your reality to teach you something about yourself, okay? So it gives you a message. Every relationship is giving us a message about ourselves. Right, so now card, I'm going to choose 3 cards. Make it 4 cards. I choose 4 cards, okay? First card for the month, the reading for the month of August. Let's see what it says. Okay, first card for the month of August is, let's see. This is the cups 4. 4 is a balance, right? However, this card speaks about not being satisfied with what you have at the moment, a sense of not being content, right? This is the first card that came. 4 is always a balance. Cups is about your heart. It's emotional incontentment, not being content emotionally with your emotional life experience, with your feelings, something that you're not happy about. Yeah, although you have everything that you need, all 4 cups are balancing you out, but you still don't feel like you're feeling enough. Okay, that's the first card there. Let's see what the next card says. You needed to hear that, Karabo, Christopher, you need to hear that. Thank you so much, guy. I'm happy that what I've said and what I've been saying can help people. It's just an awesome feeling to be able to help people, you know, because sometimes somebody just needs to hear some encouragement, to hear a little word. You understand? Sometimes we just need to hear something that can make our life a little better. Okay, so let's see the next one for the reading. Card number 2. Love, heart. This is the month of the heart anyway. This is a heart month. This is August, the month of the heart. This is cups, Knight of Cups, emotions, right? Love, okay? Romance. You can even romance yourself, and you love yourself so much and appreciate yourself. It's a romantic energy that comes through. It's romance, it's love, okay? Cups. This is the Knight of Cups. She's coming through in this month of August, okay? Right, great card, okay? Now let's see the next one. We've got 2 more cards to go. Okay. Yeah, love is what we really need, eh? And the hardest challenge or the difficult challenge for human beings is self-love, because of what you're conditioning as a child, the rejection and all the other stuff. You get my point? And people criticizing you, it moves you away from self-love and self-acceptance. I think that's why we have such huge issues in this world, life experience. Okay, is that because of your conditioning, it moves you away from love. accepting yourself. So in the totality of who you are, okay? Card number 3. Yes. 3 of wands. Wands is being inspired to move. So this month is a month of creation, manifesting something new, trying something new. Last month it's all about planning. This month is about doing, okay? Moving forward, being inspired to move. And don't be afraid of the waters, right? The unknown. Don't be afraid of the unknown, okay? Moving forward, your path is lit. There's fire there. You know where you're going. You're equipped to go. So this is a great month of action as well, right? Okay. That's the third card. Now the last card. So loving yourself is so important, accepting who you are. And even for myself, it's been a challenge. It's still a challenge, it's still a journey, because you keep on learning new things. The more you learn, the more you get tests. Life gives you tests. Life will throw tests towards you to see if you are ready for the next level up, okay? You learn something, you think that, this is the end. You're forever learning, right? And you always will be tested. You'll always be tested. So you learn about self-love. You do the things that you need to do. You begin to appreciate yourself and honor yourself and everything, right? You set those boundaries, and then you meet somebody that's so totally beautiful and wonderful, and you just fall in love with that person. Then you just give yourself over, and then you don't set those boundaries, and you stop compromising yourself because you're so in love. You see, that's a test. It's a relationship. Relationships can also be a massive test for us, okay? Right? As I said, it is a month of love, working together, creating wonderful things, synchronicities. You understand? This is two for duality, working with your energies, the yin and the yang, to create all wonderful things. You know what I'm trying to say? You can even go into relationships, working with this cups is about emotions, working in your relationships and working them through, filling your cup and making sure your partner's cup is also filled. Everybody's happy. You know what I mean? Balance. This is a great card for this month's reading. So this is what we have now. We have the energies of us feeling, okay, I have what I need, but I'm not enough. I still want more. I'm still feeling something short, right? Then we focus more on our heart chakras, and we realize that love is the only reality that we really have here. This is our choice. I choose love, right? I love myself first and I love others, okay? Okay. Then I'm ready to move on in my life experience, to try something new. Whatever I'm afraid of, I know I'm equipped to move forward. My path is lit. You see my point? My path is lit. I'm now ready to move and try something new this month of August. I'm ready to do the actions of all my planning and my dreaming I did in July, okay? Because July wasn't really a good doing month, but this month is a good doing month. Whatever projects you have and you inspired, because wands is about inspiration. Whatever projects you have and inspired to move, do it. Do not fear, because you'll always be protected and provided for. Do not fear, because you'll always be protected and provided for. Right? That is the third card. And then the last card was duality, cups as well, love, emotions. This is a beautiful month of great emotions. Okay, it's a month where we can actually learn to love ourselves and accept others as well. Remember, what you learn in a month of August is what you'll carry through for the rest of your life, as long as you keep on adding on to it, right? So whatever lessons you learn each month, you carry it over to the next month, because it's now a frequency within you. When you learn about love, self-appreciation, your affirmations every day, affirm your wellness, affirm that you're ready for love and you're ready to give love, you're open to love, you're ready to open your heart, affirm that you are ready to open your heart. Or if you're not ready to say that, you say, I'm now learning, I'm open to learning to love again, I'm open to love. You understand? I'm open to learning to appreciate and accept myself. Very important. Those are things we need to consider all the time, right, guys? That is the reading for the month of August. Beautiful month, right? So you affirm and declare the month of August a beautiful month for you, right? It will be a beautiful month. Remember, when you declare something with your mouth and believe it in your mind, and your heart, as he said, the heart and the mind must come together, because yeah, your mind you believe it, and in your heart you believe it, and they come together, and this is where you're going to meet, right? And all things are possible when your mind and your heart are working together. There's no disagreement or confusion. You know what you want, you know what you believe, right? And your heart feels and agrees with that as well. And then you have the middle part where your heart and your mind come together. You understand? So these are things we need to consider for the month of August. A month of August is a month of love, right? So do those affirmations in the morning, right? Open your heart. So your heart is an energy. The heart chakra is an energy. It's not to the same space where your physical heart is, right? Your heart chakra goes along that meridian, right? That center of you, right? Your heart's not in the center of you. Your physical heart is on the left side, right? It's pumping there, pumping the blood and all those things, all the organs, okay? Your chakra heart, your energetic heart, is in the center. It's the bridge between the higher and the lower realms of existence of who you are. Okay, but if you haven't started on working on your chakras, right, I encourage you to go and work on your chakras, your energy fields. Your base chakra is about feeling safe. You ground, you know who you are, you know where you're going. Your sacral chakra, second chakra, is your creations or emotions. It's your pleasure center. We create with pleasure, right? So you enjoy what you're creating. So you're creating from that pleasure center, right? That's where as how the energies with making babies and copulations coming from their pleasure center. That's how human beings make babies with pleasure, right? So when you creating in this life, other than babies, you're also creating from your pleasure center. You're enjoying the things that you're doing. You're enjoying this business that you're starting. You're enjoying this new project that you're busy with, this art project. You're enjoying it. It's a pleasure. It's that pleasure that actually manifests that thing into your reality more stronger. You understand? Yeah. So it's very important to know those things, guys. I hope you found this live helpful, and this topic helpful, opening the heart chakra, right, and living from your heart, right. If you have not as yet, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, right, because it's all about the numbers, and I'm building my channel, right. So go ahead and subscribe to my channel, right, and then also go ahead and check my videos out, and feel free to comment, guys. Feel free to comment, right, on any of my videos, and I will answer you back. If you want to know any other topics, information, any other topics, right, let me know, right, and then I will go ahead and then arrange to make videos on that as well, and speak about it in a live as well, right. Remember that you are the master of your own reality. You were given the authority to be your own personal God. You don't have to depend on other people or other beings, right? However, remember that you are divine, and there's laws of engagements in this reality when it comes to spirituality, right? This whole game is called laws of engagements. So when you come in, stepping in the game as a autonomous sovereign being, right, you were able to now manifest things that are actually aligned to your own energies. You're not following the crowd. You're not just following the crowd. You understand? You're now coming as a sovereign being, and you're taking charge of your life experience. Having an open heart and loving people is not being weak. It's about you saying, this is me, and this is what I demand in my life experience. This is what I want, what I don't want. Okay? Be sure of that, because your heart is a strong center. It's the bridge between the higher realm and the lower realms of existence. Having an open heart is not making you a pushover. Loving people and being kind and having empathy for other people is not being a pushover. It's being somebody operating from a higher level of awareness, okay? From higher realms of understanding, forgiveness, compassion, understanding, joy, happiness, peace, all those good qualities are then free and open to you when your heart is open. You understand? Forgiveness is important, because forgiveness is going to allow all that baggage, the dogma of life, not to be held into your aura, right? So you won't have like a dark aura, because your heart is open and you're forgiving others as well. All right. So, right, have a great week further. I'm now ending my live, guys, because I need to go on to TikTok now. If you're not following me on TikTok, go ahead and follow me on TikTok as well. Right, it's the same name. It's manifest underscore Sicilian. Manifest underscore with underscore sissy, and same as my channel on YouTube, right? So guys, have a great day, and I hope to see you guys soon. And next week I'll have a live again on Saturday and on Sunday. So have a great week further, guys, and be kind to yourself and be kind to others as well. All right, and love yourself unconditionally, and stop um stop comparing yourself with other people. That's what I'm looking for. Stop comparing yourself with other people, because you are unique. You are unique. You came here for a unique experience, a unique approach to life. You're not here for other people, you're here for yourself, right? So don't compare yourself to other people. Have a great week further, guys. Ciao.